with a vote of 7-1, is Bree and Damari.
If you've been here from episode 1, then you know I've moaned begrudgingly about this season. I really didn't like this season. I felt it was over edited. I felt it was over produced. None of the people seemed authentic outside of Chris and Sabrina as a couple, in my opinion. I think Louis was great TV. Sadly, they had to kick him out because they realized that he was going to be a problem to sort of contain. And I think Brie and Damari should have won. I think Brie should have won, yes, but I don't think Damari should have won because he wasn't. I don't even know how to describe how it felt watching him. It was like watching paint dry. Even watching paint dry is better. He just gave you the ick, and it was jarring. Actually, it was jarring. So I don't know what made the producers feel like he was a good character for them to sort of have us watch for 10 episodes, because nothing about him is stand out outside of his face. And sadly, they decided to match him. I personally think that if the producers had matched Brie with someone like Chris, or even someone like Charlie, or even someone like Louis, we would have got, better value for money. We would have been more entertained. But sadly, they decided to sort of hitch her wagon to this man who is boring to watch. Yeah, he seemed a bit lighter at the end. I don't know, they was afraid of the cameras, and that's why he was very awkward to watch. I don't know, but anyway, I digress. Hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's your girl Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Too Hot to Handle, Season 6, Episode 10, the finale, and the winners will be announced. I'm just going to say it. There was no need for a cliffhanger in regards to Flavia and Joao's situation. My mind tells me that Flavia was bought for redemption, and after redemption she was never meant to live with anyone, and she was never meant to be one of the people that are sort of competing for the prize money, because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that she's been in a couple for all the episodes that she's been in, and then suddenly she breaks up with a guy. Make that make sense? And it was really silly for him to play her a song to break up with her. I don't get that. That was either him trying to launch his music career or whatever he was trying to do. Anyway, they go back to the resort where everybody else is, and Flavia sort of tells the people that, he took out his guitar and played a breakup song. And it's like, why? He goes inside and he starts playing his breakup song for the other, resort guests. And it's like, why? Why? You could see everybody felt awkward. They couldn't tell him to stop, but I like the fact that Charlie was one of the people that said, next time don't use a breakup song, just tell someone if you want to break up, and that's it. And that's the truth. That's the truth. I don't think Joao and Flavia were a genuine connection. I think they were a connection of convenience that was supposed to carry on as be sort of a secondary relationship to whatever other primary relationships were there. And at the end of the day, Flavia was meant to live single, and this is what she's done. So I'm not surprised. I like the fact that Jamal said even though Flavia and, Joao have broken up, he's not going to make any attempts to sort of try and pursue a romantic connection. And it's like, I don't think that's it. I don't think Flavia is there for a romantic connection. I think she's just there for redemption and to be on TV. And maybe Netflix thought she could bring ratings. That's my impression. Anyway, they go to sleep and it's oaks galore, because then Flavia can't share a bed with someone who's broken up with her. So she shares a bed with, she shares a bed with Lucy, and everybody's uncomfortable. Everybody is uncomfortable. I don't know how Joao expected her to climb into his bed after he broke up with her. Make that make sense? I don't get it. Anyway, the following morning, Lana sends them for a final workshop because it's the final day, and the person who wins is going to be announced. And she says it's not just going to be a couple; it could be an individual, because most of the participants have actually participated, so it's open to whoever's going to win. And it's like, that's amazing. That really is. I like the fact that this season everyone has been given a time to shine. They might not have given them as much time to shine, but they have given them time to shine. I hate the fact that we have the couples that we have, because as far as I'm concerned, the only genuine couple, in my opinion, in my opinion, is Sabrina and Chris. That's what I'm going to say. Anyway, so they go for the final workshop and they're asked to sort of explain their journey and sort of give a word. So for Charlie, he was the first one up. He spoke about vulnerability and being honest, and the fact that, he should have been honest either if he was breaking up with someone or if he was in a relationship with someone. And so that's his takeaway. And his word is awakening. Catherine spoke about her dad. We've heard about her dad so many times. I've lost count. The fact that he abandoned the family. So she has abandonment issues as a result of that. And so she said her word is authenticity. And it's like, okay, I get it. Lucy spoke about vulnerability. And it's like, what do you mean vulnerability? You haven't been vulnerable. Oh, well, dealing with the breakup and everything that came with it. And it's like, you only fully engaged yourself when you realized that there was a chance you could be kicked out after Kalisha was kicked out. So don't try and pretend. Her word is courage. Okay. Jalen said he's now going to open up because he's been very closed off. So he's going to try and open up in relationships and actually get to know the people, which is okay. And so his word is consciousness. That's a good word. Giovanna says she used guys for gratification. And with Louie and Kalisha leaving, she's learned to find her voice, more or less, and she's learned to sort of stand in her truth, that she doesn't need to hide behind other people. That's the impression that I got. So her word is independence, which I like. Joao says, he was used to telling girls what they wanted to hear, and this is why he wrote the song, because he struggles to tell people the truth. And it's like, okay, but your song was just talking about this is the end, is the end, is the end. It didn't give justification as to why it was the end. But anyway, so his word is truth. Okay. Flavia stood up. She said she didn't learn much in the past sort of experience. When she came in, she didn't get enough time to sort of participate. So she feels this time she's actually really participated and she's really gained a lot more. She spoke about the breakup song and told Joao that never give a girl a breakup song again. But she's open to being friends with him, even though their romantic connection didn't work. And it's like, you were always friends. There was never anything romantic there. So her takeaway word is friendship. And then we have my fave, Chris. He said, he's realized that he's got issues in the sense that because of his family issues with his mom, they don't have a functional relationship. He's sort of struggled to open up to people. So he wants to thank Sabrina because she's been able to help him sort of open up, and she's been able to sort of help him try and create a connection. So because he struggles to have a connection with his mom, which I found very sweet and endearing. So his word is connection. And Sabrina, her takeaway was that because she's always been guarded, she struggled to sort of open up to people, and being with Chris has been good for her because she's learned about being open, and so she's open to a lot of new things, and her takeaway word is openness. And that was cute, and I love their little hug. I am biased. I really love Sabrina and Chris. I think they're a better couple than the couples that are there. So next up is Damari. Damari speaks about the birthing workshop and how that was able to change him and make him a better man, because now, he's able to appreciate Bree because, he was nominated because he had trust issues and he wasn't very respectful to his partners. And as a result of the workshop, hearing his mom talk to him, he's now learned to respect the woman in his life and is hoping to be a better partner to Bree. What do I think now? That boy, I personally don't know why they decided to feature him. I really don't get it. I don't know whether there was a backlash about, ethnic minority people or whatever it is. I do not get it because him and Bree don't make sense to me. I know I've just looked it up and apparently they're still together, but they don't make sense to me as a couple in the sense that there's no passion there. There's no connection that you can actually see that these people really like one another. They might be good friends, but there's nothing tangible. Bree speaks about the fact that she's been cheated on. She's had partners lie to her and everything. So she's had trust issues. So her word is trust. And what do I think? Bree and Damari were a producer couple. I'm going to stick to that. Bree and Damari were a producer couple because there's no connection there. It's not like, I don't know, maybe it's the cameras. Maybe they were camera shy. I'll give them that. But to me, them as a couple doesn't make sense. Catherine and Charlie, I think it's more passion, the fact that Charlie wanted to break rules and Catherine was game, and so he decided to go with Catherine after the producers, I think, wanted to get rid of Lois, because otherwise her coupling with Charlie randomly doesn't make sense as well. Anyway, everybody's called to, after they've thrown, their colored powder, they go to the cabana because Lana has called them for a final sit down. They have a sit down with Lana, and Lana reveals that they've reached the finals, and so they're going to be nominating who the finalists are. And first off, Lana nominates the three sort of people who really made an effort during the workshops and who really made an effort throughout the retreat that she feels deserve to have 25K. So the three people are Chris. Do I agree? Yes, I do. Giovanna didn't break any rules. Do I agree? Yes. Lucy, I don't agree. Lucy, I don't agree, because Lucy only started to participate when she realized that there was a risk that Lana could send her home, because she came saying that this was her year of yes, and yet all she said was no to Charlie. So I'm not buying that. I really hope Chris wins that money. Lana then reveals that they will find out later, but for now, those are the three people, just because Giovanna didn't break any rules and Charlie and Lucy only broke one rule, and they both were willing to change and learn and grow. And it's like, okay, if that's what you think, it is what it is. Then it's revealed that the remaining 100,000 will be given to a couple. So the two couples that are in the running are Catherine and Charlie and Bree and Damari. Both couples don't deserve anything. That's just my opinion. Catherine doesn't deserve anything because she spent most of the money. She spent most of the money with Louis, so I don't get why she should be in the running to gain more money. I think in Catherine's place, they should have put Sabrina and Chris at the end of the day, and then Charlie should have been nominated for the 25K, because Catherine has spent a lot of money. She spent a lot of money with Louis, and then she spent money with Charlie, so she doesn't deserve to be in the running for 100K. That's just my opinion. Do I think Bree and Damari deserve to win? No. Bree maybe, because she was put in detention on the very first day for being naughty, but Damari, no, he doesn't deserve it. No, he does not deserve it at all, because he's so awkward and he's so, I don't even know how to describe him. You can tell that the producers are telling him, action. Okay, that's not believable. Try again. Okay, try again. That's the impression that I get. It's not something that's just flowing out of him. I actually believe Jalen would have been way better than Damari, and I don't know why they didn't bring Jalen in Damari's place and why they didn't sort of continue that connection. I wish the producers would pivot. If they see that something is not working, they need to learn to pivot. They need to learn to pivot and not continue to give us forced partnerships. Anyway, the two couples are then asked to sort of go to the beach while the other couples sort of contemplate who they're going to vote for. What do I think? I don't think the participants will give any money to Catherine, because Catherine has spent a lot of money. And sadly for Charlie, his wagon is sort of hooked to Catherine. And because he's with Catherine, that's how it's going to go. Because I have a feeling the people that are only going to vote for Catherine might be Joao and Flavia. The rest, I have a feeling they're going to pivot and go for Damari and Bree, and it doesn't make sense why, when that's not a genuine couple, unless this is what the producers always wanted. But hey, it is what it is. The rest of the participants get ready because they're having one final party at the beach. So everyone gathers at the beach, and the finalists are sort of sitting around waiting to be called out, and they're celebrating, the fact that they've gone from banishment. Bree and Charlie have gone from banishment to now being finalists. They're excited about that. And it's like, I like Bree, I like Charlie. Sadly, their partners that they were matched with weren't it. And sadly, they didn't have chemistry with their partners. So I don't know why they didn't sort of allow them to be a couple. I don't know whether it was them trying to avoid a sort of a Jawa here and Nick situation, but I really don't buy their connections with their current partners. Anyway, they are then called out. Everybody sits on the beach, and Lana reveals who's won the 25K, and it's Giovanna. What do I think? She deserved it. I think she deserved it. If it wasn't Giovanna, then I would have wanted Chris to win. So either Chris or Giovanna would have been good with me. I don't think Lucy deserved to win because Lucy didn't do anything and she didn't stand out as a character. Whereas Giovanna, sadly, I think because the producers had already picked their person who was going to win, I think they knew that if they kept Lewis with Giovanna, then it was going to be a problem. I think the producers knew who their finalists were from the moment they cast them, and this is why they made the changes that they did in the couples and they eliminated the people they did. So she's happy, everyone is excited for her. And then the results are revealed that by a vote of 7-1, who do I think is the one? I think it's Flavia. I think Flavia voted for her girl Catherine, and I think everybody else voted for Brie and Damari. I think no one wanted to give Catherine the money after she spent a lot of money with Lois and then some money again with Charlie. And the fact that she stole Charlie from, Lucy didn't help situations because Lucy is friends with Giovanna, so they were going to vote together. And then you have Jamal, Chris, and Sabrina. I think they were also going to vote together, which would have left Flavia and Joao. And I think Joao and Christian were sort of floating with the wind, and they decided to go the opposite direction and just follow the crowd. And they voted for Damari and Brie. I think the main reason why people voted for Damari and Brie is because of Brie, not because of Damari. Damari is not a standout character for me, sadly. There's something about him that's boring and something about him that's not authentic. So I don't know. I saw an interview that Brie did and she was asked, so what's the status of your relationship? And she said, well, Damari has asked that we speak about our relationship together, so can you call us back? And it's like, so why didn't you cancel the interview and wait until the two of you were together? And it's just like, there's a lot of gameplay there, in my opinion. I think there's a lot of gameplay, and I think I don't want to accuse them of doing it for the camera, but I feel like the producers chose the couple they wanted to win. There was nothing authentic about it. Maybe it's because I'm coming from Love Island, where I've actually seen an actual genuine connection between two people, so I'm not buying whatever Brie and Damari are selling. But anyway, I digress. I didn't like the season. I really didn't like it. I felt it was boring. I felt it was over-produced and over-edited. So I'm not feeling it. But anyway, I digress. Thanks, guys, for joining me for season 6 of Too Hot to Handle. I'll catch you again in the next one. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 9. Bye, guys.